Welcome to the Raised with Jesus podcast, 10 minutes every day where the life of Jesus meets yours. You've got your Sunday preview for the third Sunday in Pentecost for June 30th, 2019, looking at Luke chapter 7. The readings today really focus on the question, is Jesus trustworthy? In our first reading, we see Elijah raise the widow's son at Zarephath. And this is after he had gone up to Zarephath during the drought, and he met the widow and her son at the city gate, and they were collecting sticks to make one more meal before they gave up. And he said, "Bake me a loaf of bread first." And for the rest of his time there, the oil did not run out, the flour did not run out. But then after some time, the widow's son got sick and passed away. And throughout it all, God used Elijah to raise this boy from the dead. But throughout it all, God shows that he is worthy of their trust. In our second reading from the book of Philippians, Paul speaks about that fact, that for us to live is Christ and to die is gain. And it's not really a loss to pass away and go to heaven. But at the same time, our trustworthy Lord continues to bless us in either location. And then finally, our gospel lesson from Luke chapter 7, beginning in verse 11. Asks that question, is Jesus trustworthy? And if he's trustworthy, then he has to prove two things. First of all, that he cares, that he has compassion. And second of all, that he has the power to change things. And he does both. His heart goes out to this widow at Nain, and then he raises her son from the dead. He proves that he has the compassion, and then he proves that he has the power, the ability to change things. Luke chapter 7, beginning in verse 11. Soon afterward, Jesus went on his way to a town called Nain, and his disciples and a large crowd were traveling with him. As he was approaching the town gate, there was a dead man being carried out, the only son of his mother. She was a widow, and a considerable crowd from the town was with her. When the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her and said to her, "Do not cry." He went up to the open coffin, touched it, and the pallbearers stopped. He said, "Young man, I say to you, get up." The dead man sat up and began to speak, and Jesus gave him to his mother. Fear gripped all of them, and they glorified God, saying, "A great prophet has arisen among us, and God has visited his people." This was reported about him in all of Judea and in all the surrounding countryside. This is the word of our God. We have Sunday morning worship at 9 a.m. at 2250 South Holland Savannah Road in Maumee. We also live stream at YouTube. Just search for Resurrection Maumee. God bless your day.